In 2024, I got rid of 98 pairs of sneakers from my collection. I began with 262 at the start of 2024. I ended at 164 pairs. Not something I'm still proud of. It's crazy that it even got to that number. However, that was amazing progress. So in 2025, how many pairs do I still want to get rid of? Do I have a number in mind for brand new pickups, even though it's very clear based on my recent videos that I will continue to not buy as many sneakers as I have in the past. So let's just dive right in. And I actually took some time to really, I think, come up with my 2025 goals. I didn't want to just rush in haphazardly. All too often, I think we set these really grandiose goals for ourselves, and they're not always realistic, which means it's very easy to become, at least I think, discouraged throughout the year as we're coming nowhere near close to hitting those. And that isn't just in relation to sneakers. It can be creatively. If it's, YouTube, Instagram, you're always focused on the metric and the number. And that can be detrimental to you just really enjoying what it is that you're doing or feeling like you are making progress, because sometimes that progress isn't in the hard number that's on the paper. It can very much so be in your change of behavior or how you see things. So just try to keep that in mind for yourself in 2025 when it comes to goals. But this year, how many pairs would I like to get rid of? Now, ultimately, I think I've shared this before. I have so much admiration for a lot of you where maybe you started with a higher count, more than 100, and you're down to like 50 or 75. Like, I'm not joking when I say respect to you. I definitely have a little bit of jealousy there, because I'm like, I'm not there yet. I'm not there. I'm moving in that direction. And you guys are witnessing, I guess, kind of the journey of me going from that higher sneaker count to something that is much more intentional and practical and just true to my style right now as it stands and where I am in life. So I'm not quite there yet. I would love, like, ultimate goal would be to get to, 100 and then sub 100 under, maybe that sweet spot would be 75. I would be so proud of myself if I hit 75, but I'm not there yet. So started at 164. I would love, and we'll talk about why this is the number, but I think I would love to go. The goal was anywhere from 2 to 3 pairs set aside per month, and then I will actually show those on camera here every single month on the channel of which pairs that are on the chopping block to likely be gone. And again, I go pretty slow and methodical just so I don't have any regrets in relation to pairs that I've gotten rid of. I haven't had any so far, so I want to keep that momentum. I want to keep that in place of not having any regrets. And I think being, not just rushing to get rid of them, but letting them sit, like I've said before, off in a designated area to then slowly go ahead and have them leave. I think that's really helped me. And I've kind of sat on these pairs for a while and realized I'm just not wearing them like that. So that reality makes it easier. But I thought anywhere from 2 to 3 pairs gone per month would be a really good goal. That way I'm getting rid of anywhere from 24 to 36 pairs in the year. I think 30 is probably the more realistic number to get rid of for this year. So 164, that would take it down, if I'm getting rid of 30, of course, to 134. Now, here's the kicker. How many pairs am I looking to add in 2025? How many pairs in 2025? I only purchased 6. That doesn't mean more than 6 weren't added to my collection, because again, I'm beyond gracious and grateful, whether it's brands or just, loved ones providing me sneakers. Listen, always grateful. Love the pairs that I received as gifts, and you guys are able to see those here on the channel. So I purchased 6 myself. I believe, though, another 5 may have been gifted throughout the year, including Christmas. So I don't want to surpass 6. I think that is a really good number for me. I do not want to go past 6. There will certainly be a point where it's like down to 3 and then maybe down to 0 in the year. And I'm really enjoying just the pairs that I have in my collection. And some of you have already spoken on that because you're there. You're past that point. You are there. You don't buy any more shoes. That money goes towards any and everything else in your life that you would like to use to enjoy it. Again, respect to you. Love it. I can't wait to get to that point. I'll be quite proud of myself when I get to that point. But for myself, so 6 pairs, and these are the 6 I think I kind of have mapped out. There are certainly some wild cards in here because I want to be patient. I want to see what will drop this year from brands that, have certainly caught my eye, but, maybe I either ended up passing or I just took an L, like with a Bodega Saucony pair. All right, we remember that from my top 10 countdown. So let's go with 1 and 2 are hands down, like those are already written for me. And that will be 2 pairs of A1s, aka the first ever, the Asia Wilson signature sneaker with Nike. That's set to drop May of 2025 at the start of the WNBA season. So I'm extremely excited. If you know me, then you absolutely know my favorite player, just favorite player, like favorite WNBA player. Her and Steph are just, they're definitely like right there. But I want to pick up my A1 in 2 different colorways. So that'll be pair 1 and pair 2. I say 3, let's just go ahead and throw a wild card in there because I have no idea what that sneaker would be, and I want to leave myself open to what really excites me in 2025. Not every brand is throwing out everything they're dropping. They don't show their whole hand for the year at the start of the year, so I want to leave that open for myself. The 4th pair. This is where I've been patient because I could just go and buy the shoe right now, and I haven't. And that would be another Logan Puff by Stray. Looking at the taupe colorway because that just really fits with everything else that's in my closet and the earth tones that I love. And, I've certainly seen it on foot. It just makes me fall in love with it even more. But it's one of those things where I can go at any time and get it. So there's no need for me to rush out to get it, as I'm still very much so trying to clean out sneakers right now from my current collection. Number 5, and this is the funny thing, I am torn. I thought I would have known what I wanted. So the Nike P6000, right? I gave flowers to it. I said, I think it's an amazing silhouette. I received it as a Christmas gift with the Make Way Party 6000 pair. So if you guys didn't check out that video, please do. Absolutely love it. Now that I have the P6000, I see all the craze. I love it. That Vomero 5 though has me in a chokehold, and it may like bump the P6000 like the second pair we get. It may bump it out. So there are 2 colorways for the P6000 in my mind right now. And to answer the question, because one of you nailed it, I said, hey, when you think about retro runners coming out for brands, there's always a specific colorway they drop that just hits, and every single brand does it. At least all of the major ones that I could think of. And one of you nailed it, and it's white, it's silver, and it's some form of green. They stick to that colorway, that tricolor, just execution on a shoe. It does so well on retro runners, so well. Look at the New Balance when they dropped the 740. That was their debut colorway. You can take a look at the actual P6000. I think that is one that looks really, really good. I can pull up any Asics pair. I can pull up any number of retro runners, and I'll probably just throw them on the screen here, but that colorway is captivating. I don't know why, but it does something to me. It's very captivating. So I'm debating between like more of a chrome P6000 or the green, the retro runner green aesthetic, or that white and chrome Vomero 5. I don't know how many times it even pops up on Pinterest because I pinned it on my board, so it knows that I'm very much so interested in it. And yeah, that's where I'm torn. So again, patience is going to be my best friend because I could very easily just run out, get the P6000, get the Vomero 5 too, and be done. And who knows, maybe that happens if there's nothing that drops to fill that wild card spot for me this year in 2025. Maybe that's what happens. Who knows? But moving on to number 6, and I already broke this down in my recent video in terms of are there 3 must-haves for 2025 in sneakers. I think there are, but they're more so to keep you sane, not necessarily like actual sneakers that are dropping. I think they're just things to keep you sane, and they will be things to keep me sane too in 2025. But the Air Jordan 1 Low Chicago, that is a pair that is the only one actually for retros that sticks out in terms of doesn't make sense for me to actually go spend my money and buy it based on what I'm wearing and based on what I clearly haven't worn in my collection, especially for retros, that I've given away or sold within the last year's time. So those are the 6 pairs that are really just in my mind right now to pick up in 2025. Now, aside from sneakers, because you guys know I like to just go ahead and just share my style with you all here on the channel. You guys appreciate that. Some of you, right? I really appreciate your appreciation for that. So for clothing, pulling back on that as well, for the things that I intend to purchase, I mean, you guys know, love for women's basketball, so there will always be some new items added there, whether it's jerseys or from Playa Society. There will always be something WNBA related to, added, or women's basketball. Like I actually have a Juju jersey that I purchased at the start of this year, thanks to a friend who was at the arena for a game. So that will, that was one of my early purchases. But anything else that I'm buying this year, my goal is to lean into what I already really love to wear. That way I have no doubt that it will actually be worn. So again, essentials is not going to be it, because I shared in a recent video also, I wear more of my Richie Lee collection sweats than I do my essential sweats 9 times out of 10 week to week. So me going out and buying any more essentials, that's just not gonna happen. It doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. However, for the Nike everyday everything woven nylon pants, clearly I'm a big fan of those. I love the way they fit and look. Anytime that they are on sale, I share that link in my Instagram at talkstylewith.tj. If you happen to follow me on there, I share the links there. So those pants, if the pairs that I want additional in my collection, or in my closet I should just say, I will go ahead and add those when they are on sale, not at full price. I'm not paying $85 for them. It's just not happening. Aside from that, I purchased an Old Navy coat because, one, I love top coats. Like, I absolutely love wool blend top coats. Old Navy had an amazing color. It's navy herringbone. So if you follow me again on Instagram, then you've already seen that. I'm just finally showing it here on the channel. But I love pairing top coats with like graphic tees or oversized tees, wide leg slacks, and sneakers. I think that looks really, really well together. You can throw an overcoat or a top coat onto any look, and if it's really casual and laid back, and I think it still like helps just take it up a little notch. So you guys are just able to see on screen here 2 looks, because denim, also if it's distressed denim and it just fits really, really well. Shout out to American Eagle denim, because for women, listen, if you're in the gym, okay, they have curvy denim, which fits your waist and it fits your legs, and that's a beautiful thing. So I picked up curvy denim, the like Strigit pair. I picked those up in a light wash. Absolutely love them. They were on sale. Again, I buy things on sale these days, okay? I buy things on sale. Those were on sale. And then these super soft shirts. However, caveat, a lot of people said that they don't wash well, so we will see if they will wash well. I don't know, because I haven't washed them yet. But that is something that, you know, I recently picked up. And then yeah, outside, again, I'm going to pull back on the clothing. It needs to already be in line with things that I wear all the time. And if it's not, then the likelihood of me wearing it is very slim, which means I'm going to feel like I'm wasting money because it's not going to be worn. So I'm getting away from that. Let's move past this. Do I have a subscriber count goal in 2025? Not really. Like, I would much rather you guys just tune in and watch the content and it resonate with you. And like one of you said, and I really, really humbled, I appreciate this, if my content is helping you because you are trying to pull back in terms of spending, be more responsible, allocate more funds to savings or investing, and then also still enjoy sneakers or streetwear, do that. And that's what I'm here for. So I would rather add value and have positive impact, and we just connect via you viewing and then engaging in the comment section than the subscriber count. I don't care. Do you know how many times I watch creators and I'm not necessarily subscribed, but the algorithm knows that I still watch their videos? So your view means more than the subscribe, like versus you subscribing. Just know that your view means everything. So I just appreciate you viewing and tuning in. If you don't subscribe, I do not take it personal at all. So I'm kind of letting go of the goal counts and subscribers and followers, whatever. I'm just going to post the things that I really enjoy making and connecting with you guys over, and we will go from there. I guess still content wise, I am thinking of getting a different camera. So it took me like 5, almost 6 years to actually upgrade from my phone to the Sony ZV-1F. That's what I'm filming on right now. And I really love it. It gets the job done for point and, well, not going to say point and shoot, but talking head videos. It gets the job done. And then I also use it to, you know, take B-roll of fits and post on Instagram. But I am thinking of upgrading to the Sony ZV-E10, so that's on my mind. We'll see if I can make that happen, maybe in February or March. I don't know. I always overplan for tax time, and then I have extra money left over, so who knows? Maybe I will treat myself to that, because I have other savings goals and investing goals, and I will bring like some element of just showing you the intentionality of investing here on the channel, just to prove a point that just because you don't buy something like a sneaker doesn't mean that you can't, right? I can be able to do something. Am I willing to do it? We'll revisit that in 2025. So I'll bring some of that like into the channel a little bit. We'll see how creative I choose to get with it. But camera, possible. And then also just, this is very personal for myself. I am looking to go ahead and finish filling this in right here. So I think it's been like 2 years since I got my wolf done on my forearm. I'm never covering this up. I don't care how vain it is. I actually want my hard work in the gym to show. I don't care how vain that is. But here I do have in mind what I want to get to fill this. But if you have tattoos and a good quality artist, you know that that's not cheap. So I will have to plan for that over 2025. And then I'm continuously like behind the scenes paying my car down early, that's just something that I'm very intentional in doing. That, you know, the fact that I don't have student loans anymore means I do have that money available to do that. But then also hitting some consistent savings goals, and then also investing goals. So these are my sneaker goals, though. Those are probably the only ones you really cared about for 2025. More importantly, please go ahead and comment below your goals for 2025 in terms of sneakers and clothing. Are there some grail items or pieces that you're chasing, maybe more than anything new that's dropping? I love that for you too, because it means you will be just focused. You will be so focused on what it is that you are trying to attain. So go ahead, comment any of your sneaker goals below. You've already shared on a recent video what your Jordan pickups are or that you have in mind for 2025, and I love that. But if you missed the video just in terms of what are the 3 must-haves, please be sure to check that out. And also, yeah, just so we're clear, there isn't anything childish about sneakers after 30, but how you go about it could be. So catch that video if you already didn't. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.